Are you sick of bags under your eyes that give you puffy eyelids or sagging skin? They can be really annoying, but thankfully, a lot of the time you can get rid of them without medication or surgery. I'll break down natural ways to treat under eye bags, how what you eat could be giving you these puffy eyelids, and other ways to prevent eye bags from forming in the first place. But first of all, what are under eye bags and what causes them? This swelling or puffiness around your eyes is caused by fat around your eyes that supports them spilling out where it's not supposed to. The skin on your eyelids is the thinnest skin in any part of your body. There's a tissue under that skin that keeps the fat around your eyes held in place. The tissue is rigid when you're younger, but as you get older, that tissue becomes all elastic and stretchy. So now the stretchy tissue isn't as good at keeping that fat in place, so that fat bulges outwards and gives you under eye bags. The slow decay of time isn't the only cause of this though. Sun exposure significantly speeds up the process of that tissue becoming elastic. Remember that the skin on your eyelids is the thinnest skin in any part of your body, so it's extra sensitive to exposure to the sun. And what you eat also impacts this. Having a high salt diet is a major contributing factor to you developing eye bags or having existing symptoms get worse. Eating lots of salty foods leads to water building up in the tissues around your eyes. Strangely enough, the same thing is why crying gives you puffy eyes. Your tears are salty and they draw water into your eye tissue. So not eating too much salt can help prevent under eye bags, but there are lots of other things you can do to prevent these too. Cold compresses will be your best friend. This is when you take something frozen or just cold and put it on or around your eyes. The cold shrinks the blood vessels around your eyes, reducing your puffiness. There are some specialized cold compress masks that you can use for this, but you can also just use a bag of frozen veggies, an ice pack, or a cold spoon that you put over your eyes. You know how people put cucumbers over their eyes in spas? There don't seem to be any specific benefits coming from the cucumber itself for that. Just the act of having something cold over your eyes acts like a cold compress and helps. There's a genetic component to having under eye bags, but there's not really anything you can do about that. But you might have under eye bags and itchy eyes caused by allergies. Histamine is a chemical that your immune system makes, and allergies cause your body to release a lot of this. Histamine makes your tissues and blood vessels swell up, kind of like eating a lot of salt. And look, I know that when this happens, all you want to do is itch your eyes, but please don't do that. It'll feel good in the moment, but it just further irritates those tissues and will eventually make things worse. It's much better to just use a cold compress if your stupid allergies are giving you eye bags and itchy eyes. You could also use antihistamine eye allergy drops or take oral antihistamine medication like Benadryl or Claritin to further kick your eye bags' butts. I'll link to some antihistamine eye drops and medications down in the description below. But be careful. Oral antihistamines can lead to dry eye syndrome because they reduce your tear production. So if you're taking some of these allergy meds and a new kind of dryness shows up in your eyes, back off from that medication a little bit. Under eye creams are also available that promise to reduce eye bags, but they don't seem to be an effective long-term solution. On his awesome YouTube channel called Dr. Eye Health, Dr. Joseph Allen explains that these under eye creams are just unregulated temporary fixes that are just skin tightening creams. They contain preservatives that dry out your eyelids, and studies have shown that they can damage your eye glands and lead to pretty bad dry eye syndrome. So Dr. Allen and a lot of other eye doctors don't recommend using retinol face serums on your eyelids. Besides not eating too much salt, there are some other things you can do to prevent yourself from developing these under eye bags in the first place. I mentioned that sun exposure is a big cause of that tissue in your eyelids breaking down. So wearing UV blocking sunscreen and sunglasses when you're outside will go a long way towards preventing eye bags. Not getting enough sleep or smoking cigarettes also contributes to eye bags. So try and get at least 7 hours of sleep and don't smoke, unless you're really going for that unhealthy, I partied all night long look. There are so many other bad health outcomes from smoking that it seems kind of silly to tell you not to smoke just so you won't get under eye bags, but that's just a benefit on top of reducing your chances for heart disease or lung cancer. Sleeping with your head raised slightly can also help by preventing fluid from settling down around your eyes as you sleep. But if you still have bad under eye bags after trying all the different things we talked about, surgery could be a good option to help you get rid of these things permanently. This surgery is called lower eyelid blepharoplasty, or a lower eyelid lift. It involves making an incision under your eyelid and taking out some of the fat around your eyelids that we were talking about earlier. Because that cut is under your eyelid, when it heals, you won't have a visible scar on your face, and that scar will be hidden. Surgery is definitely not for everyone, and I personally recommend trying some more of those natural treatments first. But if you have really bad under eye bags and you're absolutely sick of them, talk to your eye doctor to figure out the next steps to potentially get that surgery. They'll likely point you toward a surgeon who specializes in these kinds of procedures called an oculoplastic surgeon. And that's it. If you have any questions or suggestions for other eye-related videos you'd like me to make, please leave a comment down below. And I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe to keep this channel growing. Thanks.